Chelsea Football Club are looking for a manager, and the newspapers and the journalists have no clue who Chelsea Football Club's new manager is going to be. One day it was Kieran McKenna, then it was Roberto De Zerbi, then it was Enzo Maresca, and now it's Ruben Amorim that is favourites. I'm going to tell you what the latest news is, and I'm not going to lie to you. Today, we're going to go very easy on talking about the new manager. I'm bored of it. I don't know if you are. So, we're going to talk about Michael Olise being linked with Chelsea, Fabrizio Romano openly coming out and saying that Chelsea and Manchester United are both in and the guy wants to pick. We'll talk about that. Omari Hutchinson looks set to leave Chelsea permanently. He's going abroad. I'll tell you to which country. And finally, Enzo Fernandez is looking healthier than ever after his surgery, but I'm a little bit annoyed at Enzo. I can't lie to you, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm annoyed. Because Enzo, broski, you can't be putting Argentina before us every single time. So before we get started, I need you lot to do me a massive favor. Hit the like button. We're aiming for 1,000 likes. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. Clearly you're enjoying the content, and more importantly, you like the way I present it. And number 3, in the comments below, let me know, would you be fine with getting Michael Olise if it meant we are losing Omari Hutchinson and Noni Madueke on permanent deals? In the comments below, let me know. But let's start with the Chelsea Football Club managerial hunt. Alright, look, the reality is we need to talk about this managerial hunt because it's the biggest thing. It's going to be taking up the next 9 days. We have finally got exposure to how long this should take. Matt Law suggests that it should take until the 1st of June. Chelsea want to have a manager in place. That makes logical sense. I think he's speculating. I don't think anyone has told him this. He didn't go up front and say, I was told this. I think he's speculating. Because at this moment, what a lot of journalists are doing, well, listen, the season's over. They've got content to fill. So why not just speculate educated guesses? And all of them are reading, oh my God, Simon Johnson said this. Why don't I just write something similar to him? And then it sounds like we've got the same sort. Oh, Matt Law said this. Oh, Fabrizio said this. And what ends up happening is we just get a lot of regurgitated such things that one came out on Monday, the next person says it on Thursday, and then a week's worth of news came out. And it's frustrating, it's annoying, but we need to be honest. What I'm going to say is now, take this with a pinch of salt. Apparently, Chelsea have asked Leicester City for permission to talk to Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca is extremely keen. That's what the stories are coming out. And this is coming out from multiple sources in the UK. And I'm not going to be breaking this down left, right, and centre because you will get bored from me just naming different papers and different journalists. However, this is his camp. Guys, you need to understand one thing, right? Initially, when Chelsea were looking at these managers, it was Kieran McKenna's camp putting this out there that, look, I've got Brighton, if you want me, come get me. And now all of a sudden, Manchester United, I've got Chelsea and Brighton, if you want me, come and get me. All of a sudden, Enzo Maresca now is deemed to be the favourite for the job. Why? How? How do you just change in 24 hours who you want? Then the mystery candidate got mentioned. The mystery candidate? Well, everyone's speculating. Today it was Xavi apparently after he got made sacked at Barcelona. Then it was Ruben Amorim. And now it's Roberto De Zerbi. So the latest thing that Matt Law has said regarding Roberto De Zerbi is Chelsea have got a lot of individuals that appreciate him, that have hired him. Guys, this is speculative stuff. You can guess all this. Of course, people that have hired him before are going to be interested in hiring him again because he done a good job at Brighton. The reality is Chelsea are going to make a decision after Sunday. And the reason why I think it's after Sunday is because of what Alex Goldberg said. And what he said is actually very smart. It's not the 4 people that we're hearing that consistently, Thomas Frank, McKenna, Enzo, and more importantly, one of Ruben Amorim or De Zerbi. Frank's not on the list. It's the other 2. So it's Amorim, De Zerbi, Enzo, and McKenna. It's one of those 4, and it's a matter of who Chelsea can get. Chelsea, in my opinion, still want Ruben Amorim. We'll see what happens. I want Ruben Amorim. I could see De Zerbi come in because this squad was basically tailor-made for his style of football. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who would you want the manager to be? Because most of you most probably are changing your mind on a daily basis. The number of people saying Jose Conte, for me, I just can't agree with it. We can have difference of opinions, but I just don't agree with it. Fabrizio Romano was on with JD, and he was sitting with culture cams and expressions, and he mentioned what's it called, that Michael Olise has a pick between Manchester United and Chelsea. And Chelsea Twitter went mad. So recently, Michael Olise's brother has signed an extension at Chelsea and is going to be staying at Chelsea for another 2 years with an option of Chelsea having another year on him. This is good news for the kid because the kid is basically going to be developing. He's going to be close to a professional contract. And what's good for him here is he basically retains flexibility that in a year's time, if Chelsea don't give him an opportunity, he hasn't got long left on his deal, so he can go somewhere and get a very nice lucrative deal. And at the same time now, he'll get a little pay bump and he'll be happier in general. Michael Olise is being linked with Chelsea, and I think the player is absolutely a star, right? Fabrizio is right in the sense that he's got a pick between Man United and Chelsea, but whoever gets him is lucky because he's got 19 games that he started this year. He's got 10 goals, 5 assists, super talented, wonderful left foot, educated footballer in the sense that he can play the 10, he can play the right wing position, he can play twin 10, he can play left wing, I think, if you give him an opportunity. Just cultured footballer, very athletic, doesn't get enough praise for how quick he is and how agile the player is. But for me, he's great. But what does this mean if Chelsea sign him? Well, it means Omari Hutchinson's as good as gone. You need to remember, we got Omari Hutchinson on a free transfer, meaning his book value is literally his wages. So the wages that we gave him will get flipped, and the reason he'll get flipped is because he's getting interest from Holland. And not only Holland, Germany and England, but the Dutch clubs are the ones that are strongly being linked. Ajax and Feyenoord. This guy absolutely smashed it in the championship, like good goals. And I can't lie to you, personally, I would keep him and get rid of Noni Madueke. Like, that's the one I would sell. But at the same time, I think Noni's a good player as well. So I would keep him as well if the right offer isn't coming in for Noni Madueke. But if an offer in and around 30 to 40 million pounds is coming in, or maybe even 25 million pounds, and we can get Michael Olise, bro, get the job done, because Olise is top tier. That's just my personal opinion. I'm willing to sacrifice Omari Hutchinson and Noni Madueke to go get an Olise, because I think the idea of an Nkunku, Palmer, and what's his name, Olise in behind the number 9, oh my god, we have got creativity, we have got goals, we have got individualism, and we got a cohesive unit that can interchange. That is great for me because they'd be moving around. For me, that would remind me of a period where they're not the same in the mold, but they're like, it's the same talent level of when we had Eden Hazard, Mata and Oscar. The interchange was beautiful. One could be a right wing, then it can be left wing, then it can be 10. He could go into the false 9. It's just wonderful to watch football of that magnitude. The final story I want to talk about is Enzo Fernandez. So we all know Enzo Fernandez has had a hernia operation, and Enzo Fernandez, since he's had his hernia operation, has been recovering. 2 weeks after the operation, Donny was already at Cobham, walking around and basically saying, back at training, I'm back. Like, nothing was wrong with him. And the reality is he has lost a lot of weight. If you look at him, he's got a jawline now and he just looks lean as hell. For me, this is important. Enzo, throughout this year, has been on the tubby side a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, he's looked a little bit overweight, and I'm not going to blame you for saying that, because it's true. But I think part of the reason was because of the hernia, right? I'm guessing it hurt for him to do more cardio. He most probably didn't have his diet properly in check. So ultimately now, resting, recovering, got his food in check, and he's ready for the Copa America. But I'm a little bit annoyed because there have been reports coming out that Enzo now wants to play in the Olympics in France. This frustrates me. And the reason this frustrates me because if he plays in the Olympics, it means he's basically gone for pre-season. And if he's gone for pre-season, it means that he's going to come back later, he's going to be in the team, then he has to get reintegrated, the new manager has to understand him. And we are in a position where Enzo can't hit the ground running. And we might be like dropping points because Enzo's not playing. He's one of our best players, like, you need to remember that. And it's frustrating. And consistently, Enzo will always put Argentina in front of Chelsea. And this is worrying to me because I understand he wants to play for his country. I understand it takes huge nationalistic pride. However, it's a lot of miles on his body. He's going to play a lot of football. And I don't want him to burn out the way Pedri did. I don't want him to break the way Mount has. I don't want him to be in a position where Ansu Fati is, where he's going to consistently pick up injuries. And Enzo's played a lot of minutes. Like, I think he needs to sit out and have a summer off. This is why I'm very happy that a lot of the Chelsea players aren't going to Copa America. A lot of them aren't going to the Euro. I feel like they need to go somewhere where they can lie down on the beach, they can relax, they can enjoy themselves, and then come back for training under the new manager, hopefully Ruben Amorim, and smash it. But that's just my perspective. I want to know yours. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If any breaking news comes out, you know I will be here. All you have to do is just hit the bell notification and you'll be fully updated from my end. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.